How's it going, guys? Tyler from Minturn Anglers here. I'm going to go ahead and switch things up a little bit and come at you with one of my favorite trout patterns. I saw a video this morning of Juan Ramirez tying his Jedi Master Baetis, which is one of my favorite patterns of his. Hard to pick a favorite. He's got a bunch of just killer patterns. But this one's one of my favorites, and we're going to do it in a little different color variation. I'm going to tie it up in blue, which is one of my favorites. Traditionally, gray, olive, brown, purple, tons of different kind of standard Baetis colors you can tie this in. I love this blue. That's kind of my, if I had to pick a favorite color as we're tying up Baetis patterns, whether it's Juju Baetis, Darth Baetis, any of that kind of stuff, man, I just love the blues. So for our tailing fiber, we're going to use this speckled black hen feather here. So go ahead and kind of size up or try our best to size up our tail before we tie it in. And kind of capture it loosely. If that's about what you want, you can go ahead and advance that thread back to about maybe right before the barb of the hook there. Then we can come in with our trusty arrow point scissors and clip that out nice and tight. Now once we've got our tail tied in, we're going to come in with some tubing for the body. Now traditionally a slim rib, you can get away using a small D-rib if you're tying, 18s, 20s. The slim rib is definitely the best material. I don't like using like a traditional micro tubing or anything like that because it's going to flatten out as you start to wrap it, and I think the nice round segmentations just look a little bit better. So I'll take some nice thread wraps, just kind of clean up my body there. Try to get this hook back to center for y'all. So once we've got our nice flat body, we're going to go ahead and bring our thread about to where we started everything. And then we'll go ahead and start wrapping up our body. Now I'm going to keep nice tight pressure, or nice tight constant pressure as I'm wrapping this tubing up. Not really looking to build up a bulky body. Nice close touching wraps. And then we'll go ahead and throw a couple of nice tight wraps in there to capture it. And then clip out any excess you may have. I like to give a nice tight tug when I'm clipping out that tubing too, so we're not left with a big nub of it on the shank. So our next move is to come in with some Vivus hollow, what do they call it? Hollow tinsel, sorry, excuse me. So I'm going to cut a little triangle. That's a pretty haggard triangle, but it'll do. Just a little point in my hollow tinsel there. I'm going to use black. Black tends to be the color I use for this fly across the board, no matter what color I'm tying it in, but I'm sure you could play around with some olive flash or whatever you got. So I'm going to go ahead and advance my thread back on this tinsel, get it tied in right there on the top, and advance it back to about where everything started. Now next, for our legs, we'll be using this Midge body thread from MFC, which is just an awesome material. If you guys aren't using it yet already, you're missing out. Sweet material. I use it for my legs on Baetis patterns like this. I use it for like smaller caddis pupa and stuff like that. It's just super easy to work with and gets the job done quick. So I'll go ahead and take 2 strands of this midge body thread, and I'm going to capture it right here on the top of the shank, and kind of forward facing as if these were, antennas. And then once we've got that tied in, we can come in, trim out any excess that we might have in the back. Now I'll just use my thread to kind of build a thorax on this bug. Nothing crazy. And then for these legs, I'm gonna advance my, let's get the focus back on here. There we go. So for these legs, I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of them onto the far side closest to y'all, and pull another one onto the near side closest to me. Throw a couple wraps down just to kind of train them rearwards. Just like that. Now our final step as far as the tying portion of this fly is concerned is to go ahead and bring that hollow tinsel over and take a couple of nice tight wraps over it. Then we can get in nice and close and trim that stuff out. I'm just going to use my thread to kind of push that stuff back and out of the way so I can, there we go, perfect. So our final step here is just to go ahead and throw a quick whip finish here, and I'll kind of use the wraps of my whip finish to kind of build the head of this fly. Always 2 whip finishes. It's just the way I do it. Even on a fly like this, it's just kind of a habit. But even a fly like this, where I'm going to take some UV to finish with, I like to throw a second whip finish in there. So now, what I'm left with is kind of this profile here. We're going to go in and trim these legs. I like to do it simultaneously, just so we don't end up with legs that are different sizes. And we'll trim those about the halfway point on the body there. Oop, one got longer than, oh no, we're good. There we go. So about like that as a top profile. It looks like one's a shade longer. Try to trim it without taking too much off. So now we'll come in with our trusty UV resin, whatever you like best. I've been using this Solar Res, and I love the stuff. I think it's all pretty similar, but the Solar Res does tend to cure without staying tacky. So I'm going to take one little dab just over top of that hollow tinsel. And I didn't quite get the profile out of it that I want, so I'm just going to take an extra coating up here, if I can keep my hand steady enough, and try to kind of build a little bit of a rounded noggin. Cure that bad boy up. And there we go. That is the Jedi Master Baetis from Juan Ramirez. Killer pattern. Check out all of his stuff. He has some stellar stuff for fishing around here in the Denver area or Colorado in general. I'm sure it'll fish wherever you guys are at, but check it out. If you guys need any material for this fly or any fly really, give us a call here at the Lone Tree Shop. We're doing curbside pickup as well as free shipping on any order over $20. So stay inside, stay healthy, keep washing those hands, and get out and do some fishing. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.